Okay, so February 21st, our third week of our Fat to Fuel program. I'm Allison Peterson. I'm a certified life coach through the Life Coach School, and I have to excuse my husband, John Peterson. He is sick. He has a stomach virus right now that no one wants to get what he has, so we're going to excuse him for the night. But that's fine because we have talked a lot about the medical and the doctor side of the ketosis diet. So if you haven't been able to watch the previous videos, go and watch those after you watch this one, and it'll explain a lot of why the keto diet is so effective and a lot about carbs versus fat. So week one was My Body Hates Me. That was us talking about you might be using the wrong fuel source for your body. Remember the truck analogy of diesel versus unleaded fuel. And then week two, we talked about eating carbs can actually make you fat, and eating fat can actually turn into fuel for your body. And when you're burning that fat as fuel, then you get lean. Other things that we've talked about are the other benefits of the keto diet, which we have enjoyed as much as or even more than the weight loss benefit of the keto diet. That includes that it's anti-inflammatory, meaning it will help everything from acne to cancer, autoimmune disease, diabetes. Okay, these have all been proven to improve with the keto diet. And it also helps, the other benefit of it is it helps improve mental health, less brain fog. It's been known to treat Alzheimer's. It's been known to help with anxiety and depression, all of those things. So it's a great diet. I'm really looking forward to helping you get on it and stay with it. So by this point, we're going to be talking more about the coaching side of the ketosis diet. You might be thinking, yes, I need a new fuel source for my body. Yes, I want to lose the weight. Yes, I want to feel better. All these things sound great. But then you start thinking, but I've tried diets before and they didn't work, and I always gain the weight back. And this diet sounds really hard. In fact, it's too hard and I think I'm going to fail at it. Or you might think, I don't want to give up carbs. I want to keep eating carbs. Like I want to go to a party and eat cake and all that sort of thing. I hear that a lot. Okay. One of the things I've heard quite a few times is I don't want to restrict myself. Okay. The best part of the Fat to Fuel program, not this workshop, but the program that I'm going to offer you, is that it's combined with coaching. So I'm not just going to show up and tell you what to eat and when to eat and how to eat. I'm going to help you manage your mind and your feelings about the diet, about food, about your body, okay? Because we don't want to get into a diet because we think, oh, when I get thin or when I get to this result, then I'm going to feel better about myself, then I'm going to be happy with my life. That is not why we diet. That's not why we change our fuel source. We change our fuel source for a better lifestyle, okay? Because we want to improve our health, because we want to take the best care of our bodies as possible. I want you to think about this. So I'm going to be talking today about managing your mind around food, okay? Why is that important? So have you ever wondered why you eat when you're bored? Why do you eat when you're lonely? Why do you eat when you're excited? Why do you eat when you're angry? Okay, think about why you eat in those moments. How many of us gained weight during the quarantine? That's when I gained all my pounds. Why did we gain weight during the quarantine versus all the other times? Okay, today I'm going to show you a little bit about why you eat. So long ago, caveman days or whenever back in the day, not even too long ago, I mean, even like 200 years ago, we ate out of survival because we needed to eat. We had to fuel our bodies in order to live. I want you to think about why you ate today. When you ate, every time you put food in your mouth or a drink that wasn't water, okay, Why? Was it because you were hungry? Or was it something else? Was it because it's just a habit that I always eat at this time? Or it was a social event, like I went out to lunch with a friend, so I ate, something different? Or was it because you were stressed? I used to be such a big stress eater, so I totally understand that. Another reason a lot of people overeat during the day or they eat is because of the afternoon slump. Okay. The like 2 to 4 o'clock period. It's not lunch. It's not dinner. We're bored. We're tired. We eat. A lot of times it's just because you had a craving. Like after I finish a meal, I need chocolate or I need a cupcake or something. I need a sweet. We say we have a sweet tooth. Okay. That doesn't actually exist. My husband, is a dentist and he's studied the mouth a lot, and there's not a legitimate sweet tooth in your mouth. Sometimes you just think that just tasted good and I want it. Actually, the Japanese have a word for this. It's called kuchi sabishi. And if you speak Japanese, I'm so sorry. I probably butchered that word. Kuchi sabishi. And it literally means lonely mouth. That's the literal translation. But it's like having a longing for food, and it's not out of hunger or necessity. It's because your mouth is lonely and you're not being mindful of what you're putting in your mouth, and you just want to eat for pleasure. Okay, that's a lot of what we have made food become in our society. Food is so easily accessible. I mean, it's everywhere. It's all sorts of food that we have access to. So what are your thoughts about it? Sometimes it's just this one cookie won't hurt me. Or sometimes you think I'm already overweight, so what's the point? It's just another drop in the bucket or something. Or it's I'll never lose weight, so why bother? Or my parents are overweight, so it's natural that I'll be overweight. Another one is, I would think this all the time. Everyone else is eating it, so it's normal. Do you ever have those thoughts? So these are called thought errors, okay? A thought is any sentence in your brain. Though they're like, we have, I don't know, it's been proven we have up to 80 or 90,000 thoughts a day. Any sentence in your brain that sounds like your voice, that's a thought, okay? 90% of these are repetitive. So we believe our thoughts. They feel very true because we repeat them every day, multiple times a day. It's a thought if not everyone in the world would agree on it. It's a thought error when it doesn't align with your goals. Okay? So a thought it's not factual. Not everyone would agree on it. A thought error is when it moves you away from what you intended, from what you wanted to do. So we work together and we will find the thoughts you have about food, okay? And we will literally create new neural pathways in your brain so you think about food differently. It's amazing. We'll retrain your brain so that you crave and desire food only when you're hungry and you need to fuel your body. Doesn't that sound amazing? Imagine walking into a bakery. This just happens to me all the time now, and I find it fascinating. Walk into a bakery, smell the beautiful aroma, see the beautiful food, and have no desire to eat it. I never thought that was possible, and I am there right now. I have done this multiple times. Imagine never wanting a sugary drink to get you through the day. You don't need the Starbucks coffee or the soda from the shop on the corner, okay? Imagine this. You go to a party and you celebrate with people and you don't eat any of the food that's there. It's okay. Did you even know that was possible, to go to an event, a social event of some sort, or to someone's house for dinner or something, and to not eat the food and to have it be okay? So a common thought error people have about food is like this. They get rid of all the junk in their house and they're doing such a great job. They fill all the shelves with good food, but then they go to, like I said, some sort of party or social event. And the host offers them something like, I don't know, nachos or brownies or something, whatever. And the person thinks, well, I didn't want to hurt the host's feelings, so I had to eat the food. This is what I explain because that is the thought error, okay? This is how I explain to people how that's a thought error because they really feel like that's true. I didn't want to hurt that person's feelings. So I explain it like this. In my culture, the way I was raised, my religion, we've been counseled to never drink alcohol. So I never have. And it's never been an issue for me. I don't crave it. I don't desire it. I don't go, it doesn't get to like 5 o'clock in the evening and I'm like, oh, I just need some alcohol. You know, if I went to a party and someone offers me alcohol, I'm not like, oh, should I have alcohol? Should I not have alcohol? I just lightly turn it down. I don't drink. Thank you. I don't drink. It's not a big deal. So think about that. We went to an all-inclusive resort last week in Mexico, okay? Drinks were everywhere. I think probably everybody there, 18 and older, they were drinking, okay? And we're paying for that as part of our package, but I could have easily said, oh, I need to overeat or overdrink or whatever because I'm paying for this or because it's a party and it's going to help me fit in or be social or whatever. But it doesn't align with my goals or values to drink. And so I just say, I'm not a person that drinks. But, you know, no, thank you. I don't drink. So, and I don't have to sit there and explain why I don't drink. It's just I don't drink. And very few people have bothered me about it. So it's the same with food. You're at the party, and instead of thinking, I'm going to hurt this person's feelings, you can realize I'm not responsible for this person's feelings. I can be polite and say, no, thank you. And I don't have to give them a reason for not eating the food. So this is when you work with me with coaching that we work on the thought errors you're having about food. And the example I gave or that I'm giving, they might not be relevant to why you eat or overeat, but there will be some reason, okay? So we'll go through that and figure it out and figure out what's going on. So think of something you've never had a desire for before. Maybe it's smoking a cigarette or cocaine or methamphetamines. I don't know. Something you don't go throughout the day white knuckling it like, oh my gosh, I just can't get through this day without snorting cocaine or whatever, because you don't have a desire for it. Okay, you don't have a desire. It's not mental cartwheels about cocaine or not cocaine today. That is what this program, the Fat to Fuel program, will do for you. It will train you, retrain your brain of how you think and how you desire carbs and sugars. That's why it works, and that's why it works permanently. Okay, you're not white knuckling. You are changing your desire. Okay, so when someone offers you something, it's just like, I don't want that. Thank you, though. It takes so much drama out of food, and it makes food more like food is my fuel. Food is my fuel source, and I want to fuel my body in the best way that I can. So we're going to talk more about the Fat to Fuel program next week, and I'll be explaining the entire program, what you'll get by signing up. We have so many resources available to you, and my promises to you of when you do this program. It's going to be amazing. So why are thoughts important? It's because they lead to feelings. Humans have evolved into very emotional beings, and that's okay. It's meant to be that way, okay? We all have feelings, bad feelings, good feelings, negative, positive, whatever you want. And we usually have like 50% on the negative side and 50% on the positive side, okay? And it just balances out. And a lot of people think, that's my problem. I have all these feelings, so I need to figure out what to do with all these feelings. And when I have feelings, I need to act out and suppress these feelings, okay? This is where addiction comes in. People have feelings and they don't want to feel them and they suppress them. The problem is we think feelings are a problem, and they're not. Feelings are meant to be a part of our existence here on earth. What the problem is when we don't allow our feelings to be there, when we react to them instead of just allowing them. Okay, that's where the trouble is. So we always do or don't do something because of feelings we have. Okay? Our actions are always driven by feelings, always. And not everyone has the same thoughts and feelings about food. Not everyone overeats for the same reasons. But like for example, the thought, I've tried diets before and they didn't work. Okay, I'm going to walk you through this example. Maybe this applies to you, maybe it doesn't, but you'll see what I'm talking about with how coaching helps with your food. Okay, so this is the example. I've tried diets before and they didn't work. Okay, maybe you've had this thought, maybe you haven't. What do you feel when you're thinking that? I've tried diets before and they didn't work. Well, I'm feeling let down, maybe. Okay, this is just an example. I'm feeling let down. What do you do when you feel let down? Well, every time I have that feeling of being let down, I eat. I eat brownies. I eat popcorn or cookies or whatever it is. I don't know, a hot dog from the gas station. When I feel let down, I eat. What's the result? Okay, let's walk it through again. I've tried diets before and they didn't work. I feel let down. When I feel let down, I overeat. And what's the result? I continue to fail at my diet. So our result is always coming from that initial thought. That's why this pattern is so good to learn and think about and process. And it really does take a coach to help you figure that out, okay? Because we have how many thoughts a day? 80, 90,000, okay? And they feel very true. Like you could say, no, this is true. I've tried diets before and none of them worked. That's just a thought, okay? And what happens when we have that thought? I feel let down. What happens when I feel let down? Do I allow that feeling to be there? Do I process it? No. I react to it. I don't want it to be there. I try and suppress it. And so I eat and then I continue to prove that, yeah, I've tried diets and they didn't work. Why didn't they work? Well, it's because I have the thought they didn't work. It's because I didn't allow my feelings when I felt whatever, when I felt let down. Okay? And so when we coach, when you come with me and we coach together, one-on-one or in a group session, we can talk about that and how to allow your feelings, how to process your emotions, how to be okay with having feelings and not to be afraid of them, as so many of us are. Another example, I'm going to give you one more example. The party example. I can't make it through the party without eating cake or whatever the host is offering. Okay, let's say it's a birthday party. I had someone just the other day. I want to be able to eat cake at my granddaughter's birthday party. That's how we celebrate. That's how we, get together. That's what it's all for. When you have that thought, and let's think about this. When you have that thought, I can't make it through the party without eating cake. What's the feeling that you have? You might feel overwhelmed. You might feel like unsatisfied. You might just have this desire, over desire for cake because you just have that thought about the cake. Okay, so you're creating this in your mind, this over desire for cake. You're creating that in your mind. So you have this feeling now, this over desire. What do you do when you have the over desire? Well, I give in and I eat the cake. So what's the result? Well, I proved to myself that I can't make it through the party without eating cake. Okay, that first comes from the thought, I can't make it through the party without eating cake. And it comes also from not allowing that desire to just flow through you, okay? When you first start the keto diet, you're gonna have so many desires because that's what we're used to. Your body's going to crave the carbs, and that's okay. I'm going to teach you how to be okay with having those cravings and not giving into them until you get to that point where it's not as much out of willpower and white knuckling, but it's more out of just like, I don't want it. I don't crave it. I don't desire it. And I have other intentions for my body that go way beyond eating a piece of cake. So this program is going to teach you not just your thoughts about food, but how to handle those urges and desires. I have so many resources for you, including meal planning and video resources. I can't wait to share them with you. So next week is our final week. It's February 28th, and we'll be wrapping up the Fat to Fuel workshop. And I'm going to have so many more great tools for you that you can start using immediately. So if you're ready for it, join me next week. And please invite friends, invite family. If you have any questions or comments, you can always email me or leave a comment in the comment section, and I will get back to you. Take care, everybody. Bye.